June 4th, 2014. I was called to an old street in London. The houses there were decades old, and a demolition company was tearing them down. Arriving at the crime scene, there was a crowd of hard-hatted people, and police tape were surrounding the buildings. What happened here? Good morning, sir. Alex is too enthusiastic for my liking. What happened here? It was cold that day. Winter would come soon.
Well, sir, you better have a look.
What does this have to do with the police?
When companies find sealed rooms, it's required to have police see it before it's tampered with.
Alex led me through the broken building. Bricks littered the floor of what used to be an old-fashioned front room. Spiders hid in the corners and rats fled from their hiding spots. I still remember that last case I had here, the preserved bodies of 3 teens. The only evidence there were the rat bites. It became a cold case. This is it, sir. Alex gestured to a small room under the staircase. I walked in and instantly was hit with a foul odor. Pinching my nose, I turned in circles to observe the entire room. There was a bed with an old floral comforter. The carpet was a dark green, and the walls had peeling paper that began to curl. A locked door stood ominously in the corner. The light above slightly flickered. I was confused. What am I looking at? Sir? Look up. My eyes drifted to the body horizontally hanging from the ceiling. The body was of an old woman, most likely the owner of the house. She was facing forward, and her face was stuck in a twisted scream. The woman's skin had shriveled up, and sloppy stitches covered her dry skin. And in her hand was a small skull, a child's. Ugh! Have the coroner analyze that thing. I put on my gloves and began to search the rest of the room. I started with the nightstand drawers and shuffled around some papers. In the back was a newspaper reading, "Local boy dies to rat infestation." There was a picture of a woman holding a little boy, limp in her arms. There was also a birth certificate with the name of Tommy Wallace in the nightstand. Assuming that this was the boy who had died, I compared the woman in the picture to the body on the ceiling. Wow, they look awfully similar, but it was too hard to tell because the lady was way too deformed now. Find anything, sir? Alex was still in the doorway. He was too scared to come in. Yeah. It's a newspaper. A kid died to rats. Anything else, sir? Ignoring Alex, I sifted papers through the drawer. The last thing in the nightstand was a key. I had grabbed it and walked over to the door in the corner. It fit in the lock, and when I turned it, a small click came from the door. Wait. Sir, maybe you shouldn't yet. Turning the handle, I braced myself for the worst. Pushing in the door, it was dark. There was no light in the room, and the dim bulb in the previous room barely lit the doorway. I grabbed my flashlight and shone it into the darkness. The beam directed me to the back wall. Tracing a wooden beam along the wall, I recognized a wooden frame of an old shelf. Then a third of the way through the shelf, there was a glass jar filled with a yellow liquid and a pink blob floating inside. I began walking inside, and as I got closer, I saw it was some type of organ, maybe a liver. Sir! I heard him kick the wall, and it echoed into the room. I walked a step further, and something grazed my forehead, so I reached up to grab it. Suddenly, Light flooded into the room as the bulb above me illuminated. The shelf I had previously seen was stocked with jars full of fluid and organs. At the very top was the severed hand of a child. The coroner came in and grabbed the hand, taking its fingerprints. Whose hand is this? Looks like a Tommy Wallace. Sad. Just a boy, too. After a couple seconds, the coroner's expression changed to a fearful one. He dropped the severed hand. What is it? I found the same fingerprints on the other corpse. But if this child was already dead... Oh my gosh! She was killed by her dead child! How is that possible? My eyes searched the ground, and the hand was nowhere to be seen.